His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa chaired the weekly cabinet meeting at Qadibiyya Palace. The cabinet commended Bahrain's address at the 79th session of the UNGA delivered by His Royal Highness on behalf of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. The speech stressed the importance of peace as a bedrock on which collective prosperity is built and enduring hope for all, and highlighted a call for a holistic consensus-driven reform that encompasses pivotal multilateral organizations such as the United Nations to ensure that it reflects current geopolitical realities. The cabinet commended the outcomes of His Royal Highness's meeting with the UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, highlighting the strength Bahrain-UAE relations. The cabinet affirmed the importance of His Royal Highness's meetings with heads of state, prime ministers and delegate leaders, including the US President and UN Secretary General on the sidelines of the UNGA. The meetings took place during His Royal Highness's leadership of Bahrain's delegation on behalf of His Majesty the King. The cabinet reviewed developments in the region and called for the cessation of escalation to uphold the sovereignty of Lebanon and to avoid further regional conflicts for the benefit of all. The cabinet affirmed the strength of the kingdom's national identity and social cohesion, adding that the strength of the kingdom's social fabric remains an integral pillar that safeguards the kingdom from various challenges and circumstances. The cabinet expressed its confidence in Bahraini citizens in upholding the values of principles of unity and loyalty in line with their national responsibility in protecting the kingdom's safety, achievements and cohesion to further development aspirations that benefit all. In celebration of World Teachers' Day, the cabinet extended its gratitude to the kingdom's teachers, recognizing their crucial role in shaping the nation's education system and preparing students to contribute to Bahrain's development. The cabinet expresses condolences to Saudi Arabia's leadership, government and people following the death of 2 firefighters of their civil defense who died while battling the blaze at the Jeddah International Market. The cabinet also expresses condolences to the UAE following the death and injuries of several personnel of the UAE armed forces in an accident while performing their national duty in their country. The cabinet wished the injured a speedy recovery. The cabinet then approved the following: a memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Information Technology and Communication on the committee's recommendations on development initiatives to enhance Bahrain's e-government services. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Financial and Economic Affairs and Fiscal Balance on the latest developments in Bahrain's priority competitiveness reports and indicators. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Financial and Economic Affairs and Fiscal Balance on regulatory procedures for housing services. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Financial and Economic Affairs and Fiscal Balance on Bahrain's contributions to international organizations. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on a draft law ratifying the charter that establishes the Digital Cooperation Organization. A memorandum submitted by the Minister of Tourism on the issuance of a ministerial decision to designate a new tourist site. And a memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on the government's response to 3 proposals and 2 laws submitted by the Representatives Council. The cabinet noted the following ministerial reports: the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the ministerial coordination meeting on the conditions in Gaza and the future of the Palestinian state, the outcomes of the meeting between the Minister of Foreign Affairs with the UK's Minister of State for the Middle East and North Africa, the outcomes of the kingdom's participation in the World Tourism Day celebration, the outcomes of the kingdom's participation in the 10th Annual World Congress of the World Free Zones Organization, and foreign visits by Bahraini ministers and the visits of foreign delegations to Bahrain in September 2024.